I'm up bright and early. Chloe is still sleeping. She was up so many times last night. I went and put her to sleep around 9:30, I think. She woke up at 12:45. Then she got a bottle and she went back to bed. She woke up at 4 o'clock. She got a bottle. She went back to bed. She fussed a little bit when Nick got up this morning to go to work. So she's still sleeping. It's like 8:30 right now. I'm wide awake. I can't go back to sleep. So hence the mom bags. As you can see, every mom clearly wears these until the baby's probably like a year old, I'm guessing. But yeah, last night was kind of rough. Let's jump right into it. I'm going to do the video, what I didn't expect about pregnancy. It's been a few months since I've been pregnant, but I kind of remember what I had to deal with. The first thing that I really struggled with was the amount of blood work I had to get done. I hate needles, I hate shots, so getting my blood drawn for the first couple times was pretty rough. I think I went in, I told them I was pregnant at the hospital here, and they were like, okay, we have to do blood work to confirm. They took one vial of blood. My first appointment, after that, they took 3 or 4 vials of blood, and I hadn't eaten breakfast before then because it was like 8 o'clock in the morning. I was exhausted, tired, which is one thing that I struggled with during my pregnancy. I was tired all the time. I could have just not done anything the day before and been perfectly okay with sleeping the entire day the next day, which is bad. But they took 3 or 4 vials of blood that first appointment, and then they do testing around 12 weeks, I think, for genetic mutations or genetic issues like Down syndrome and stuff like that. So they took a couple more blood vials then. So be prepared for a lot of blood work. The next thing I didn't really expect was the pelvic exam and like the awkward doctor visits. We have three or four different OBGYNs you see on this base hospital. There's 2 females you'll see, and then 2 males. One of the male doctors I didn't really like. He was kind of awkward. He didn't really talk a whole lot. And I'm a shy person normally, so I don't talk to strangers or new people really. I keep my distance, which is really strange, but that's just the way I am. And then once you get bigger, you start having a belly. They'll check your fondle height, which is there's like where your uterus top is. They'll measure it to see how big your belly is getting, how big your uterus is getting, to make sure that you're growing and your baby is growing on track. Then the next thing is the first ultrasound. That is so awkward. I didn't know that it was a wand ultrasound. It's not like the belly one where they take the ultrasound tool and they rub it over your belly with the gel. No, this is a wand. It's awkward. It's very awkward because it's the first ultrasound you get. The ultrasound tech that I had didn't talk a whole lot, didn't explain what was going on. I asked a bunch of questions. Nick asked a bunch of questions. And it was just weird because she didn't really go into detail. Emotions. I cried. I got angry at the snap of a finger. I got upset over the littlest things. I literally, the first time I cried, I think I was only like 8 weeks pregnant, and I cried because I was going to get fat. I literally cried to my husband, like bawling hysterically because I was afraid I was going to get fat. I think that's every pregnant woman's fear, is getting fat, but honestly, now that I've had my daughter, I still have baby weight to lose, and I'm okay with that because I had my daughter, you know? Like, I have this special person that I'm going to have with me the rest of my life that I get to share moments with and watch her grow. And yeah, I put on a few extra pounds, but that's normal. Don't stress about it too much because the more you stress, the worse it's going to be for your child. You need to keep calm throughout your pregnancy. Try and keep cool. Morning sickness. I didn't really have a whole lot of it. I had nausea really, really bad throughout the day, which I guess is part of morning sickness. But the best thing that helps with that is, for me, what lots of water, drink lots of water throughout the day. Have some like saltine crackers next to your bed, so when you wake up in the morning, munch on one or two and drink some water, because that'll help. I had a glass of peppermint tea every day during my morning sickness, and that helped a lot. Mint helped. They also sell Preggy Pops at Target, on Amazon, I believe, too. I've heard those work really well. I personally didn't try them. When you get bigger, your baby gets bigger, their kicks become stronger, they will kick your ribs, they will be up in your ribs, you will not be able to breathe. My husband got after me so many times because I snored or I just breathed really heavily. I couldn't help it, and now that I'm not pregnant anymore, I can breathe like a deep breath. I can sleep quietly. I don't wake him up with my snoring or my loud breathing. The kicks will hurt. They will, and you'll just have to get used to it. And it sounds kind of rough, but suck it up. It's only for a few months, because once your baby comes, you're going to honestly miss having those little kicks. My daughter's only 3 months old, and I already miss some of those kicks. You know, sometimes when she's fussing, I just think of when she was growing and all those kicks, and it makes everything a little bit better, thinking she put me through pain, but now I get to have her and hold her, and it's even better. Stretch marks, honestly, I don't think there's any way to avoid them. I bought the stretch mark cream. This lady swore by it at the shop, and it didn't work. I put it on every day, morning, night, and one more night I went to bed and I woke up and I swear I had like 45 stretch marks, no joke, on my stomach. You'll have them on your boobs, you'll have them on your back, your hips, just everywhere. Some people are lucky they don't get stretch marks, but I was not one of those lucky few individuals. So be prepared for them. You may or may not get them. Just know that they do happen. It's normal. They do fade. It just takes a while. I'm 3 months postpartum and I still have some dark ones on my stomach. But for the most part, they're starting to fade, which is awesome. Now, those are some of the negative parts. The best part of pregnancy, though, is seeing your belly grow week by week. I took pictures just about every week, if not every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, if I remembered. And looking back at them now, it's really awesome to see, like, okay, I had a little bit of a belly at this point, and then, like, towards the last part of pregnancy, I had a huge belly. And then seeing her when I was, like, 36 weeks, she was still pretty high, and then she dropped, and seeing, like, my belly go from this round to, like, this awkward shape when she had dropped is really cool. The 3D ultrasound we paid for. We went to this place up in Fresno called Oh Baby. We got that done. I loved seeing her face because you could see, like, her little nose. She has my nose. And she looks pretty true to her 3D ultrasound. And I got that done when I was only 16 weeks pregnant. So if you can get it, it's worth it. I personally think it's worth the money because our doctor's office doesn't do 3D ultrasounds. They only do the 2D, and their equipment is honestly crap. It's not as good as these specialty ultrasound places because they have really awesome stuff. And then the last trimester, it is uncomfortable. I know it's super uncomfortable. You can't sleep, but you keep tossing and turning, and you better get used to it. You're not going to get a whole lot of sleep after they get here. And it seems like it takes forever, but honestly, cherish those last few weeks you have with your spouse or your significant other, your family, because you won't have a lot of time to spend with just you and your significant other or your family once your baby comes, because it'll be all about your baby. I'm not complaining by any means. I love having my baby, but I also miss having those date nights where my husband and I could go out and watch a movie and stay out like super late. But now we have to worry about, okay, Chloe needs to be back. She needs to be in bed. We have to make sure that she's taken care of before we can do anything fun. Like, we honestly haven't had a date since she was born. We haven't gone out by ourselves, and that's okay. We go out and we have dinner as a family. We'll take her with. It's just something to think about. Get used to having that little one with you. But yeah, those are all the things that I wasn't told about pregnancy, or things that I think you should know about pregnancy, or just everything that I went through. If you can think of any questions you might have, just comment below and I'll be glad to answer those. I'm going to upload this and then I'm going to have a daily vlog today, so you'll see me in the same outfit, same makeup, same everything. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you later. Bye!